stress. What are some things in your life that could cause stress? Could be school. Maybe you have a lot of homework. Maybe you're doing remote learning right now. Work could be that your caseload is overloaded. It could be that maybe you have a big project due and you're scared about reaching a deadline. Too much stimulation. Maybe things are too noisy. I know myself, I'm blind, and sometimes if things are super loud, it does give me some stress, and I feel like I need to leave and be in a quiet space. Relationships could be anything from, relationships within your family, your mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, your grandparents. It could be a, boyfriend or girlfriend relationship. Any of those different relationships can cause some stress sometimes, even with your friends. And many more. There's a lot more things out there. It could be the weather, it could be your car broke down. Lots of different things can give us some stress and anxiety in our lives. So today I'm going to talk to you about 2 different strategies that you can use to combat some of that stress. The first one is the tip skill. And TIPP is an acronym, and the first letter, T, stands for temperature. And here on the screen, you'll see I have a picture of a thermometer to represent temperature. So sometimes when we're feeling some anxiety come on, it's really good to think about changing your temperature, whether that be that you go and you wash your face with some cold water. You've heard people say, if you go splash your face with some cold water, that'll help. Guess what? It really does. Maybe you're feeling cold. Maybe you need to put on a sweater or wrap yourself in a warm blanket. Those 2 things of just changing the temperature, whether it be hot or cold, can really, really make a difference. The next one is I. I is for intensity. And here on the screen, we have a picture of a radio studio soundboard with the little volume switch, the slider to move up the volume. And intensity could mean a few different things. So you can either do some intense workout, you can, run in place really, really fast. You can, do some jumping jacks, something to kind of just move around the chemistry in your body and the way that you're feeling. You could also, pop a candy in your mouth, like a hot cinnamon candy, or maybe a cherry flavor, anything that you like. Sometimes just having that intense flavor can really calm your mood and make everything kind of change. It could also mean that you may want to pop in some earbuds and listen to some, loud rock music or maybe classical music, whatever, really kind of sets the mood and puts you in a different place. That can be really helpful. So the next one is P. The first P is for progressive muscle relaxation. And here on the screen is a great picture of a flexed bicep. And so how this works is we're going to practice. All right, everybody, put your arms out in front of you and make your hands into fists. And then as you make your hands into fists, just tighten all the way up your arms. You can feel it into your shoulders. Now, slowly start relaxing your fists. Do you feel that? Do you feel all of the stress just kind of wash away from you? And you can do that all the way from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. And what makes it even better is if you add in the second P. So the second P is paced breathing. And here on the screen, there's a picture of the inside of a person, their respiratory system. So what that means by paced breathing is taking your time to really breathe. So you're going to breathe in like this and hold it for a second and really breathe out, really get all of that air out of your lungs. And if you do the 2 together, the progressive muscle relaxation and the paced breathing, that can really, again, it can change your mood. It can set the tone to really get you to be able to move on from that stress, move on from that anxiety, And it also can be a good way to help you get some sleep. The next one that we're going to talk about is the stop method. And, it sounds kind of silly because you're like, stop? What am I needing to stop? So the first part is S, stop. And here on the screen, we have a picture of a stop sign. And what you need to do is just stop whatever it is that you're doing at that moment. Just totally cease whatever it is. The next letter in stop is T. And what T stands for is take a breath. Remember earlier we were talking about really working on your breathing. So take a deep breath and let it out. And do that a few times, maybe 10, maybe 20. Just calm your nerves. This way you can reconnect with your breathing. Sometimes when we are stressed out, we completely kind of stop breathing or we start breathing quickly. So it's good to just get that back to an even breath. And by the way, the picture on this one is a picture of clouds and a pretty blue sky. The next letter is O, and O is for observe. So take the time to notice what is happening, not only inside of you, but around you. And when we take the time to really observe how we're feeling, then we are able to take a moment and step outside of our own body, like we're maybe flying in a helicopter over what's going on. And we're looking at the situation and realizing that maybe it's not as bad as what we think it is, or maybe we're missing something that's going on. And when we stop to observe, not only the way that we're feeling, but what's going on around us, it can really help to get us back on track. And on the screen, we have a picture of a man looking through binoculars. The next letter is P, and P is for proceed. So once you've taken the time to stop and take a breath and observe, you're going to be ready to proceed because you have taken the time to really look at the whole situation, like I said, from maybe a helicopter's view, and realize that you are able to accomplish whatever it is that has been bothering you, making you feel anxiety, making you feel stressed. And so you're able to continue what you were going to do. And you can, like on the screen, there's a traffic light with a green light. You can go on with your day, go on with your task, and make stuff happen. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed those 2 strategies for coping with anxiety and stress, and enjoy the rest of your conference.